Tonight he had to have an unscheduled practice this morning. So anyway, my Wampanoag ancestor line is from my mother, Rita Pocknick-Gonzalez. My mother, Rita, is the daughter of Lansing Pocknick. My grandpa Lance is the son of Eleanor Pocknick. My great-great-grandmother, Eleanor Pocknick, is the daughter of Lizetta L. Pocknick. My great-great-great-grandmother, Lizetta Pocknick, was born in 1886 and passed over in 1966. She was born and raised in Mashpee and was well known to the community as Tink. Tink attended the Carlisle School. The Carlisle School was an Indian boarding school located in Pennsylvania. The school was once one of the models for Indian boarding schools all over the country. According to the school records, Tink arrived at the Carlisle School in 1904 at the age of 18. She entered into the 5th grade that year and left school after the 6th grade in 1907. The records say she ran away from the Carlisle School, and the Carlisle School was an industrial school where you went to school part of the day and worked out in the local community with what you learned as skills. Usually at the local farm homes in Pennsylvania. It was government run, and its mission was to take away Indian ways and teach European ways of life. The founder, Mr. Pratt, wrote this was going to be an improvement. He also noted that it would take the savage out of the Indian. I can only imagine why my grandmother left. In 1911, the Carlisle School did record that they contacted Tink as a follow-up. There was a questionnaire with many questions, such as, thank you.
You got it?
Yep.
Such as, what have you been doing since you left Carlisle? Tink responded that she had to take care of her old people, and they were important to her. And she worked outdoors doing different things in different seasons, planting, washing clothes, and cranberrying. These words were noted in her letters. According to my grandpa Lance, my grandmother often spoke of the Carlisle School. She went there to become a seamstress. Grandma Tink grew to be a midwife and knew natural healing methods. I'm sorry. She knew natural healing methods from natural plants in our community. She learned to drive and owned a Model A Ford. Chief Silent Drum told my mother Rita he remembered Grandpa Lance cranking up the old Model A. Tink could read and write, and according to Grandpa Lance, rode across the river daily to go cohogging. He was able to play at the water edge where she worked. She also opened a bank account at the Boston Savings and lived to see and babysit my mother, Rita. Grandma Tink died at the age of 80. The Carlisle School had a military-style education. Writings say very disciplinary with our families, and according to Grandma Tink's letters, they never paid her wages they promised. She worked for $1.25 per day for those years at Carlisle. The records say she worked for C.D. Abraham and W.M. Geeman. I also have pictures of Grandma Tink, and I also have what we would call today transcripts from the Carlisle School and the actual letters that she wrote, if anybody wanted to look.